Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash of Clans. Today, I am so happy to be joined by three of my favorite guests. One of them a first-timer, maybe two of them. Klaus, have you ever been on before? Have we?
No. We were on Saturday Night Hive together, but besides
I know
that,
we've talked before. Well, two first-timers and one reoccurring guest. I have Klaus Gaming, I have OneHiveRaids Jake, and I have Cast and Blast. Guys, how y'all doing today?
dude, we ballin'.
Doing good.
Roll call. Klaus, say hi.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Jake, how you feeling?
This is Jake from OneHive. I'm feeling good.
He's lowering the voice a few octaves.
I gotta try to keep
Klaus.
up, man. I gotta keep up.
I was gonna say, is he matching Klaus on that intro?
He's trying to
Oh
match
my.
Klaus, guys. Cast, how you feeling over there, man?
Yo, Cast and Blast. What's up, man? Thanks for having me on.
The creator of Queen Pop. It's a pleasure to have you on. These three guys are awesome YouTubers in the community. You should check them all out. I'll have all the information for you guys below, but you probably already know who they are. But today, you know, it's funny. We talk to each other. You guys talk to us. We talk to you guys. And we can't say, I can't even show my face in clan chat anymore without people being like, Ash, any news on the update? Ash, where the heck is the update? And Ash, when are you going to do more freaking videos in Clash of Clans? So I figured, you know what? Let's just talk about the update, what our expectations are, what we think it's going to be, what's the deal with the ship, what's the deal with these leaks, and just kind of have some fun in the meantime while we're patiently waiting for the update. So let me start off, gentlemen, by just asking you, what are your expectations? At this point, they have to be high, but just, you know, why don't we start with you, Cast? What are your expectations for this massive, huge update?
Honestly, I'm looking for more of a... We're in a clan already, but I would like a little more unity in a clan, more events to do together rather than clan wars. I think CWL leagues like that have brought the closeness together, people getting on Discord and coordinating, but more coordination out of attacks, whether you can do them together. And I'd like to see them do quicker updates, to be honest. More troops or just troop leveling, something to keep people invested, keep them involved daily, you know, and going together with their clans.
Yeah, no. I mean, I agree with you on all those points, especially the, you know, more frequent updates. And like, you know, we are spoiled because, you know, before mobile gaming, really, I mean, you know, a few games here and there, MMOs and stuff like that, certainly. But like the idea of just releasing updates at all to these games is a novel concept, you know. So now we kind of take it for granted, but you know, after having a taste of that other game, you know, the Clash Royale, you know, they update very frequently compared to Clash of Clans, whether it's a balance update or just new cards, new units, whatever. So after having a taste of that, I do think it kind of freshens the game up. So I kind of agree with you on seeing more frequent updates, even if they're a bit smaller. I would kind of prefer that.
And I don't see updates. You can't go wrong with an update. I think every company underestimates the popularity. They release an update and players flood onto the platform, whatever game it is, and overclock every server they have available. So I think keeping people involved with updates is the way to go.
Yeah, more updates. I think you guys, the viewers, most of you probably would also be. It's an easy one to gain some popular support for you populist Cast. Jake, I know that you were really pulling hard for Town Hall 12, man. Is that pretty much the only thing on your wish list?
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, if it doesn't come, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might retire again. If Town Hall 12 is not in this update, I mean, what are we here for, really?
That's all you. That's basically all you have to add to the combo today, right? I mean, Town Hall 12. You've been banging that hammer for a long time, right?
Yeah, I know it, man.
No, seriously. No, I think we can guess what you want. You want more competitive stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what we need in the game, and I've sounded a little bit like a broken record, but I think it's still what we need in the game. Like, I think so many good things have came when I was gone and since I've been back, about, you know, the competitive scene, the matchups, the ability to adjust those times. All that is great stuff. There's even been some really good quality of life updates. But I think what has been missing from Clash of Clans for a while, because it's a weird analogy, but it works, is that toilet mode. You know what I'm saying? You got 5 minutes. You want to bang something out, but it's not a war attack. And we've been doing farming attacks on that mode for 5 years. We need something quick. We need something fast, a different game mode and I always go to the competitive side. I wish there was some type of a quick me versus you, or me and my friend versus you and your friend, something that, short time, no prep time. You go right into the competition, you knock it out, and you're done. That would be on top of my wish list. I don't know. I mean, I could give you a million ideas, but something in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but I agree 100% with that. Like, I love competitive modes, and I've been banging the drum for a long time. I talked to Tate about this forever ago. I talked to you about it, Jake, forever ago. But I love the idea of having like a mass MMO type raid against a huge super base with a boss and all that stuff. But you're right. Like, if you just get down to brass tacks, like, what we really need is just something new, exciting, and something relatively simple, I mean, complex is great.
It doesn't have to be complex. And like I said, I've said it a million times, our bases, our heroes, they're our trophies. We've worked hard on them. We've spent money on them. We've spent hours, days of our lives building these little trophies. Give us a way to take it off the shelf and play with it. Something new, you know what I mean? Something different. And it really doesn't matter what it is. You almost can't miss. Just give us something new, a new way to play the game.
Agreed. Klaus?
Yes.
So, Klaus, anything to add there, man?
Oh no, nothing, man. I don't even know. No, okay. So I want to take, the idea that Cass said. Just bring out more frequent updates, and let's say Supercell update yourself. And I don't want to sound salty when I say that. I mean, like, just update the way you update.
Shots
instead
fired.
And I'm genuinely a positive guy. You guys know that. My videos. I'm just a bouncy, happy guy.
Me too.
And I'm not like against what they're doing. I think Supercell brilliant. They do what they do well. But they don't have to be gigantic, big updates every time. Just like, because Clash Royale team's really setting a really high standard right now on update frequency. That if they were to just throw out updates at a more frequent level, probably with smaller demand on their team, I think that they would just spark a life, just because the population would see that life, if that makes any sense.
It does make sense to me. Is there anything in particular you're hoping for this update, this massive, huge update, or any idea? Like,
oh, well, I'm with Jake on 10 or 12, man. I mean, bring it on. No, I'm just kidding. God, that would be no, but so a different game mode would be absolutely amazing. Just something that, because Clash Royale has the co-play thing. So what if we were able to take a clanmate with us and attack a pair of bases or something? Where it's like 2v2 in Clash of Clans, and that kind of brings. And I don't want to prematurely bring up the ship.
No, that's where we're gonna go next anyway. So please bring us there.
The ship stands for something, or it's just one way to throw us all off. It could very well be just a way to just keep our minds busy. But if it isn't, if it actually is in the game, a ship means one of two things. One, it's sending people overseas, or it's bringing people overseas. It's one or the other. You're going to travel. So it's got to either include you as a player going somewhere else in the game to, like Jake said, a mini game or some other game mode, or it's going to be, hey, I'm going to take Bob or whoever from my clan with me. They're going to go on the ship. We're going to go and do some co-play attack against somebody else or another clan or some other game mode. I mean, it just makes sense that it's going to be a collaboration in my head, at least.
Or it could be, I know air attacks have gotten really weak lately, and they could use a much better troop on air. Personal opinion.
Cash is like, by the way, dude, air troops, man. Add them. I don't care about the ship. Just add air troops.
What else could the ship be?
Here's the thing with the ship, right? There's a lot of speculation on the ship. So first of all, let me just full disclosure. I know what the update is, okay? So it's difficult to talk. That's why I couldn't have a video just by myself like this, right? So you guys are helping me out. But First of all, let me say that it is indeed massive, right? I mean, of course, Powerbang, Galadon, they've tweeted about this. They've played it as well. They're in Finland right now. So I don't think I'm sharing anything I'm not supposed to be when I say it is massive, to the tune of, it really is going to come down to each person's opinion in terms of how it compares to Clan Wars, which was the massive update, the only real massive update. I don't think Town Hall 11 was a massive update. I think it was just a progression update, and we hadn't seen a new Town Hall in a couple of years. So I think this will be massive to a new level of Clan Wars, personally. Is it going to be everybody's favorite update in the world? I think there'll still be people who prefer Clan Wars to it, personally. But I do think this is the biggest update in the history of Clash of Clans, based on what I know. Now, I know that's a little bit of a tease, but that's basically all I have to say about it. But speaking back to the ship, though, the ship could mean, I've seen a lot of speculation on the ship. I think that, Klaus, what you say makes a lot of sense in terms of it bringing you somewhere. Otherwise, what would it be? But a lot of people actually I've been hearing a lot of people say that the ship is something like Boom Beach, like a new aspect to the game in terms of raids or something like that, incorporating water or something in the, along those lines. So is the ship, that's the question, is the ship part of a new mode of play involving water attacks, or is it going to take you somewhere totally different that doesn't involve like a water raid, Because when you think ship, you think Boom Beach to a certain extent. Do any of you, first of all, really quickly before I open it up to you guys, the ship, how do we even know about the ship, and how are we so set that the ship is definitely something? Well, Supercell themselves have accidentally, I think, leaked this ship about like 3 or 4 times now, okay? It's been in one of their advertisements, I believe, in Japan, on their official artwork. The ship has been there in the background, then they removed it before they put it into the English version. They put the ship in some of their early builds, which they shared screenshots of, some developer builds and stuff like that. There's screenshots all over the place of what these ships look like. So they've even alluded to it several times on social media. So I feel pretty confident in saying, yes, the ship is legit. The ship is real. So guys, what do you think the ship is? What do you think it could be, especially Jake and Cass? Do you agree with Klaus that it's going to take you somewhere, or do you think there's just going to be another element to the game, or any other thoughts on the ship in general? Either one of you.
Jake, go ahead.
I think it's gotta take you somewhere. I mean, what was the it's not going to bring anything, I don't believe. So I think like you said, based on some of the leaks that we've heard, based on some of the rumors, things like that, I think it's taking you somewhere new. Hopefully, like we've touched on, somewhere new to play. Hopefully it's not something like a straight out of Boom Beach, to where it's just a different way to attack people. I don't want to see you get on the boat, you go out of there, and there's a list of all these bases, and hey, pick one to hit. That's nothing new. I mean, that's the same thing, a different way to take it.
No, I'm joking.
yeah, don't tell me that. But yeah, that's what I don't want to see. But I want to see it. Take me somewhere new. Take me somewhere where I can play the game a way that I've never played it. And I think you're right. I think big is the wrong word to describe an update like this. I've said it before, just on the little bit of rumors that I've heard, is that it will be the most unique update since Clan Wars. The most unique. Big, I don't know. That's relative. Who knows what someone would consider the biggest update. But yeah, definitely different than anything we've seen since Clan Wars.
I would say big and unique. More teasing for you guys. The biggest and the most unique.
Ash, come on, man. Come on.
All right, guys. All right. Let me turn off the mic real quick. Okay, ready? All right. Cast, what do you think, man?
Not to go against the grain here, but hasn't this ship been leaked for years now? I remember like 2 years ago, right? People sending screenshots of it on the forum saying it's coming in the next update. Coming in the next update. Coming in the next update. Like, I've seen it as a possible troop. And then I've started reading a thread that they're possibly adding defenses to protect your water coming into your base. Now, how much that's true, I could see maybe a ship being attacking like that. I honestly no idea. But just to get in it to take your troops somewhere seems kind of, why would you add a huge game mechanism just as something to take your troops somewhere? I mean, you'd have to use it to attack, right? It wouldn't be a giant update about something just to go somewhere and then do the same old stuff again. Like that's just animation, right?
No, I don't think the ship's going to be just personal opinion. I think it's going to be a conveyance from here to there, something different like that. I don't think it's actually going to be. It's a teaser. They wouldn't have shown it if it was an integral part of what the update is. You know what I'm saying? It's a means to the update. My opinion.
That makes sense to me. That makes sense. That's good logic, because why would, okay, they've shown it up quite a bit now, right? So
yeah.
If it was like this big Armada wars inside the game, right? I think that would be a pretty massive leak, right?
Yeah.
But speaking of massive leaks, there was a leak that it's getting a lot of attention on the forums. There's been a lot of leaks about this update, and it's, this happens, right? Because they've told us about this massive update about 2 months ago or whatever, and we're still waiting. Okay, so a lot of people, every video I'm sure you guys put out, every video I put out, it's like update. So, man, the hype is real at this point, and they've said it's the most massive update that they've ever undertaken. That's like verbatim by them. So the leaks, right? One leak here that's getting a lot of attention on the forums, and I'll flash it on the screen for you guys, is basically there's a fresh game file leak going on that's called Change Village. Okay, so Change Village, a lot of people are theorizing that now a new village or multiple villages or something like that could be part of this new update, and that could be the mechanism that the ship provides. Do you think that there's any credence to that idea? Do you guys, I mean, so many leaks, what do you believe, what don't you believe? But, I mean, it does make sense, right? If there is a ship and we believe it's going to take you somewhere, maybe it's a new village. But if it's a new village, how does that kind of fit into where your old village is? So any thoughts on this leak, guys? You can just chime in if you do.
Change village. I mean, is that like different accounts, or is that like, because a lot of us, we all know we have mini accounts. I've got like 4. So is that changing to a mini account, making it easier, like a making life easier for the players type thing, or is it going to be an in-game mechanic? Because if it's an in-game mechanic, I think it falls right into play of what we're saying with the ship, and it actually taking us to a whole new, can we say, Clash of Clans dimension.
Well, again, I jump back to just what we know, and people like Ash that actually know what's going on. If it's simply a quality of life, easy to change between this account and that's a pretty big bust. I mean, that's not a huge, massive update. So I think you've got to lean towards something like that, a leak possibly having some credence to it. Hey, it's taking you to a new village. Now, here's what we got to hope for. Have they ran out of room on the village, and this is a pseudo Town Hall 12? Because if so, I'm going to slit my wrist right now the long way. I mean, let's just hope that they don't screw up something that massive. But I go back to Power Bang being excited, Ash being excited. If that was the case, I don't think those guys would be excited as they are. So I think it's taking you somewhere. I don't think it's a quality of life update. And let's pray that it's not like, here's our excuse to roll out Town Hall 12 without really rolling out Town Hall 12.
Or it could be both. I mean, the changed village could be a quality of life, and the ship could represent a massive life-changing update. It could very well have both parts in it.
Well, there's got to be some sort of small quality of life improvement. They do that on every update, but that's not what the update's got to be about. I mean, like Jake says, that would be a huge bust. Why keep teasing everyone for 3 months on just improving slight ways you change your accounts? The biggest update, as Ash so eloquently put it, the other game, was when you could do team battles. You and your clan get together, and it crashed their servers like 3 times in one day. I gotta think it's gonna be some way. What I'm hoping, maybe it's just my hope more than what I gotta think, but more to include playing the game with your clan mates. Another way. Maybe you get in the ship, you join a clan mate, you go to a different clan's area where they've set up, a couple of villages together or something, and you attack it as a group for loot. Or it's you get in and you go with a friend for a single player to get loot. Some way. And like Jake says, if they could just improve letting me use my heroes quicker and do these attacks over and over again, That would be the most massive update I could think of.
It's gotta be a new game mode, and it's gotta be fast. It's gotta be something doesn't take 24 hours like a war. Not that I don't love war, you guys know I do. I'm just saying that if they want to draw people in, if they want to bring people back, you've got to get them. Hey, I've still got that Town Hall 10, I've got that Town Hall 9, whatever I've got. I would like to try out that new game mode, and they come back to it. But we're like Pavlov's dogs. I mean, they ring the bell, we start slobbering, and months go by, and it's like, oh, did I just get tricked? Is this a bluff? And we just got to hope that it's not.
And that's what kind of happened. To be honest, let's just call a spade here. Is the last time there was a big, massive update, it was the Village Guard Town Hall 11 update.
Just a disaster.
It was kind of a disaster. The hype was really, and hype was huge. And it ended up being like a progressive update, another progressive game update where it's just a progression, like you know what progressive is, right? So I don't know. The fact that they would come back and say this is massive after learning the lesson of how Town Hall 11 was received, to me,
here's the issue:
testament
is that I try to tell people, I try to tell my viewers, I try to tell everybody, look. Expect the worst, hope for the best, but then people like you, people like Powerbang, you keep getting us fired up, and it's just ridiculous, and we can't get over it, and it's like, what are we going to do?
Listen, man, I didn't say that I thought Town Hall 11 was going to be amazing. I said, but this, I think, is going to be amazing.
No, I'm talking about this one. I'm talking about this one.
I know. And I'm
trying to prepare ourselves for disappointment.
If I were you watching, I would thumbs down this video just for me being a jerk. Like this.
I'm going to.
So please, guys, if you like the video, give it a thumbs down. But seriously, like it's really difficult to be in this position. But at the same time, like I think that I didn't really answer the very first question about what I want to see in this update, and mine is so simple, but it's been something that I think would be so important to the game. And obviously, yes, I do know what's coming, but I don't know every little detail of everything. We don't have it available to play ourselves. So everything, every time I've played it or seen it, it's been when I was there in Finland, So, but what I really want is no matter what they add, no matter how big it is, I really want customization in the game, because right now, every Max Town Hall 9 in the game, all million of them are the same. I mean, the player's different, but they still have the same level 30 Archer Queen, the same level 30 Barbarian King. Every base defensively is the same. You have the same exact units to work with. I want customization, and not just aesthetically. I think it would, look at MMOs, and I hate to just keep hammering the MMO, drum. But at the same time, you can have a bard, you can have a rogue, you can have a warrior, you can have a cleric, you can have, I think adding some sort, even if it's just a little bit, of customization on both offense and defense. So when you're in a clan war now, you have something different to bring to the table than your clanmate, I think that would just be so cool for the game, and that wouldn't be massive. Don't get me wrong. But I just think that's something that is a relatively small thing that you could add, but would have a huge dramatic energizing effect to the game. Because okay, hey, we're going to go into clan war. I want you to specialize in this. Or maybe they give a global spell or something, but you can only choose one different tree to unlock or something. I just want some customization in the game. I think it would really open a lot of new doors. So that's my big want in this update. So guys, we've been chatting for a little while now. Why don't, before we sign off here, why don't we just kind of go through, you guys, tell us what's coming up on your channel and maybe any final thoughts about this update. And I'm sure we're all going to be covering it extensively, so there's really no need to, to say that unless we know exactly what's coming yet. But anything else about your channels? What are you guys up to? And any final thoughts on these leaks, the ship, whatever? Take it where you want. We'll start with Jake.
Yeah, man. As far as the channel goes, I'm still sort of trying to find what I want to do as far as the YouTube. I've really been enjoying streaming lately, and I want to do more of that. And just selfishly, I hope that whatever this hopefully new game mode that I'm just going to say, that's what I think it is, a new game mode. It's got to be. What else can it be? I hope it's good for streaming. I hope it's good for live watching the game and enjoying it in smaller packages. That's what I'm sort of hoping for. And I'm sort of, I'm not the forever positive like Klaus said he was. I'm sort of the pessimist. I always have been. I can't help it. I feel like I prepare for the worst, and I'm not as disappointed. So I'm sort of just bracing myself, biding my time. Again, I know that the wait is real and it's probably going to continue. It's just the way Supercell works. But if it's something that we can, as content creators, can put out in a short video or a stream, and people can really absorb it and enjoy the entire thing, because like a war, you don't have that option. I'll be pumped. I'll be excited.
All right, Cast.
As far as the channel goes, as people that watch it know, I've been actually on a short pause here lately, kind of revamping and deciding where to go. Kind of want to get into Town Hall 10 content and waiting to see where this update goes. Been playing some Royale, wanted to put some on there, and like Jake said, I really loved streaming. So my end game is to kind of set up a schedule, get some streaming where I can communicate face to face with the viewers again. I had a lot of fun doing that on Camcord for a long time. I'm really looking forward to this update for the community, but like Jake said, being pessimistic, I kind of just stopped anticipating updates for a while rather than sitting every day and looking when it's going to drop. Sit back. When it comes, it comes. Let's take it. Let's look at the forum, see if there's any leaks, because those are always fun to speculate on. And then just see what happens. It's, if you expect the world and it doesn't happen, then you can get frustrated at a game. So Clash Clans has stuck with me it's a staying game. It's the game I keep going back to, that I keep enjoying no matter what. So I want to keep it that way and not invest all my thoughts and hopes into being disappointed, which I'm excited hearing from you. It sounds like there's a lot to be excited about. So I guess we'll wait and see, right?
Yeah, man, for sure, totally. I agree with you. Expectation game, right? Set your expectations low, and you're gonna be excited no matter what. But speaking of excited, let's go to our glass half full member of the panel today, Klaus. Any final words, my friend?
Oh man, so many words. I'm gonna have to choose them wisely though. So here's what I've got thinking. Clash of Clans is actually in a good position right now. I think if we were to do a state of the game video, I think it would have a most positive outlook, especially in the war scene, where I'm seeing a lot of variety. We're having a great time. My clan, we're BTP, Boston Tea Party, in the CWL Rising League, just having a blast. We're losing a lot, we're winning some, we're having a good time. So glass half full is, hey, Clash is fine right now. Something new would be great too. So I mean, if the update drops tomorrow, probably not, people, but if it does drop soon, I expect it to be a good one regardless. If it is Town Hall 12, well, you'll probably stop seeing as many videos from Jake, but other than that, it's going to be great. As far as my channel personally is concerned, I'm one of those all over the place in Clash people. I don't stick with just war. I do farming, I do trophy pushing rarely, and so there's always content coming out. I really enjoy just mixing it up with different accounts, different aspects of the game. And I'm not good at this, but I'm trying to learn how to double upload. There's several tubers that do that, and something's going on there that I can't figure out, because one video a day is unbelievably is time consuming for sure. But there's nothing but good things coming, guys. At least that's how I feel. I might be the optimist of the group, but I guess that's why I'm here, to balance you guys out. But Ash, I have a question for you, my friend, and I know that you're bound by all the secrecy in the world. You can't say anything specific, but we understand that it's totally fine. But I just want to know, are you stoked? I think everyone wants to know, are you specifically stoked about this update?
Yeah, sure. You're teeing me up here for the really awful closing where I try to hype people up even more. But okay, so I really do think that this will not only be an amazing, massive update, but I really do think that it will bring in a bunch of new people to the game, and that's something that, honestly, just totally, to be completely 100% transparent, I didn't think that was possible at this point in Clash of Clans. I thought Clash of Clans was to the point before I found out about this update where I just thought kind of it is what it is. You know, it's past the golden age where there's hundreds of millions of people logging on daily, and now it's just to a more hardcore but really awesome fan base, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that, and that's what I thought it was. And I thought no matter what they added, I just don't think it could be big enough. In the game's old, and how do you... You know, it's something that they talk about on the Clash teams. I heard a developer Q&A where they were like, one of the biggest things that we risk is as your game becomes older, how do you still create exciting updates within the parameters of keeping it under like 200 megabytes or whatever they need to? Like, how do you create exciting content and bring new people in, you know, to an older game, especially, you know, 5 years is really old in mobile gaming, you know? But I really do think that this could be it. And I know, what do I know? I've been wrong plenty of times before. So maybe not everybody, I'm certainly not everybody listening is going to like what it is, but I can say that it is huge. And I think that everybody, whether you like it or you don't like it, when you do finally see it, and I say finally because I think it's still going to be a little ways away. I mean, a little ways away could mean a few days, it could mean a few weeks, it could mean a month, but I just know that based on track record, Clash of Clans team especially doesn't like to release anything unless they are 100% sure that is exactly where they want it to be. They'd rather keep people waiting an extra month. So I think they've said publicly they're thinking that it could be into May, but you know, who really knows at this point? Either way, I do think that whether you love it or whether you hate it, your mouth is going to drop in terms of the scope of what it is. So, I mean, that's all I can really say, but, you know, that's 100% being honest from my opinion. Hope that answers your question.
Absolutely, Ash. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me on the channel, by the way. I'm just having a fun time.
No problem. Dude, I love chatting with you guys. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video after the update hits, and we'll all give our impressions like maybe the day or two afterwards, so we can kind of play it a little bit and see if it lived up to our expectations, see if it talked Jake and Cast from being their pessimistic selves to believers.
Whoa. I'm always an optimistic guy.
Cast, you're in the middle,
I'm just
man.
keeping my cards to my chest.
You're here because you're even. You're in the middle. And then Klaus is the optimist and Jake is the pessimist.
Yeah, I mean, I've worn the black hat.
That probably sums it up pretty well.
I've worn the black hat for a long time, so I'm all right with that.
Nah, man. But guys, honestly, it's such a pleasure talking to you all. I can't wait to see your reactions to it all. I know we'll all be covering it daily when it does hit, so really looking forward to what kind of content you guys put out. You guys who have listened all the way to the end, make sure you give these guys a big subscribe and check out their content. They're all unique and really amazing channels. Part of the reason that they're here today is because they're some of my favorite YouTubers in Clash of Clans. So guys, thanks again for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you, Ash.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Make sure you check out my YouTube sponsor and partner, Bren Chong. His information is in the description below. Guys, thanks so much for watching. And as always, take care, guys.